chosen 5 sprites. So one is the tiger, 3 deer and 1 hunter. So what we are going to do on start of this program, we are going to make this deer say something and move to this position. So for that I am going to use this say, which you can find in books. Say, it will say, wow, the grass looks yummy. After saying this, deer is going to move to this position. For that, what we are going to do, we are going to manually move this deer to this position. We are going to we will get this x and y coordinates here. So we are going to copy paste the x and y values in our glide tool. We have the seconds value, which the first one is the seconds, which basically means the deer will take this amount of seconds to reach this position. So in my program I am going to set this position as 5 time as 5 seconds. So whenever we are moving an object in this canvas, we need to set the reset position. So I will place this deer back to this original position and I will set the go to, and it will automatically take the x and y value once you move this manually and then choose this go to, glide or anything. So now if you run the program, that deer will say something and then it starts moving to the position that we intended. Okay, now what we are going to do, once the deer moves to this position, we are going to make the tiger say something and the tiger is going to attack the deer. Meanwhile, we are going to hide this hunter. So as soon as the program is clicked, we will set the hunter, we will ask the hunter to hide, and once the deer reaches this position, we will ask the deer, we will create a new variable. Variable can be, if you click on this make variable, you can create new variables. If you already have the variable, you can use it. In my case, I am going to create a new variable. So whatever variables I have now, I am going to remove it. These are default. In my case, these are default variables, but you may or may not have this thing. I am going to create a variable. Maybe deer reach grass. I am going to choose all sprites because I need this variable to be accessed across the sprites. So whenever we create a variable and we manipulate something, we need to set the initial value. So as soon as I click this thing, as soon as the deer's position is here, move to the initial position, I am going to set the deer reached to grass as 0. And once the deer reaches this grass, I am going to change this deer's value as 1. For that, we can still use this set block itself, and we can say deer reached to grass as 1. Now what is the tiger going to do? Once the deer reaches this grass, the tiger is going to glide, say something, and it is going to glide to this deer. So we can uncheck this checkbox. If you uncheck this, it won't show up the variable here. So I don't want the variable to be visible in the canvas, so I am unchecking it. So now I am clicking on the tiger. So if you go to the control, you will have something called wait until. So what wait until does is, this block is going to wait for a particular value. In my case, the block should wait for the deer to reach the grass. So what I am going to do, I am going to use an equal to operator. So what is an operator? basically it is equal to, greater than, or lesser than. In my case, when the deer reaches this grass, the value is going to be 1. The variables, the deer reached grass variables value is going to be 1. So I am going to equate whether the deer reached grass value becomes 1. I mean, if it becomes 1, I am going to move this tiger to this position. So I am just going to move this variable inside this control, inside this equal to block, and then once the deer reaches this position, this tiger is going to say, maybe let's say the tiger is going to think, wow, yummy food is awaiting for me. Since the deer is going to be our first actor, we can simply prevent this code block from getting executed. So what we can do, we can simply make on wait block at the top, and we can give on arbitrary number. So for now I am giving it as 2 seconds. So the whole tiger will be waiting for 2 seconds, and then only it will start the execution. Now once after tiger saying this yummy way, the food is waiting for me, the tiger is going to move to the deer. So for that we have something called, as we did earlier, we'll go to motion and we'll use glide to. You can simply use glide to, and in the drop this right to random position option block, and in the random, instead of random position, you can choose deer 3. Deer 3 is this deer which we wanted, which moved to the tall grass. So I am choosing deer 3, and the tiger should take 5 seconds to reach deer 3. Once tiger reaches deer 3, what I am going to do, I am going to assume this tiger has ate the deer. So I am going to create another variable, tiger ate deer. Now I am going to, as we did initially, we are going to set this value tiger ate deer as 0, and once it reaches this deer, we are going to again set this value as 1. Tiger ate this deer as 1. Now what will happen to this deer if the tiger has caught or ate it? This deer will vanish. So what we are going to do, we are again going to create a new control which is going to wait until. So we will again use the equal to operator here, and in the variable we are going to choose tiger ate the deer, and we are going to set it as 1. So on, as we discussed earlier, once that deer ate the tiger, we need to hide the deer. So we will go to looks, and we will simply set it to hide. And when we are, say, as we said earlier, when we are changing anything to the object, we need to reset it the initial run. So I will keep show at the top. Now let's say the tiger has ate this deer. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make this hunter appear, and the hunter is going to, we will assume that hunter has shot the tiger. So the hunter's position should be, so what I am going to do, I am going to the costumes, and I am going to simply flip the hunter in my case. And the hunter, as we all know, the hunter's initial position is hide. So even if I run the program now, the hunter will not be visible. The deer will say something, and it will move to the tall grass. And once the deer reaches the tall grass, the tiger is going to move to the deer. Okay, so it didn't move. Okay, since it didn't move because the value is 50, so we need to make it as 1. Now I will rerun the program. You can see deer is going to, and once the deer reaches the tall grass, the tiger is going to approach to the deer, and once it approaches the deer gets vanished. We have implemented till now. So now tiger hunting the deer, as you read earlier, is keeping the ecosystem balanced. So now we'll make the hunter to hunt this deer, hunt this tiger. So once the tiger ate the deer, and let's say the tiger went on a nap. So after eating the deer, we'll add this another weight basically. So weight will go to the control and we will manually set it to 3 seconds. After eating the tiger, after 3 seconds the tiger is going to go to sleep. So how are you going to say it is going to sleep? We'll just put this snoring icon, snoring text. We'll say, and it will be for 5 seconds. These are arbitrary numbers, you can use any number you want. Now the hunter is going to wait. Maybe this is an initial condition, so I'll just have it as 2. After this, the hunter is going to wait until the tiger is sleeping. So how are we going to do? We'll show this the snoring icon for some time, and we'll create another variable, a tiger went to sleep. And as we did earlier, we'll use the set. And we'll set this tiger went to sleep as 1. And as told earlier, whenever we are setting a value, we should always reset it at the top. Tiger went to sleep as 0. Now the hunter is going to wait until the tiger goes to sleep. Tiger went to sleep. So we'll now use wait until. We'll add this code block here. We'll add this tiger went to sleep block, and we'll set the value as 1 because we have set the tiger went to sleep value as 1. So we'll use the comparison to 1. So if it is equal to 1, we are going to make this hunter to appear. And what this hunter is going to do, he is going to wait for another 1 or 2 seconds, and he is going to shoot the tiger. For shooting, we can simply say to shoot. And as we did earlier, we will create a new variable, tiger got shot. And we will set the value as 1. And the initial reset value will be 0. Now once the tiger got shot, we need to make the tiger vanish. So we will go to our code tiger block, and we will add this wait until. And we will again keep this block. Tiger got shot. It will be 1, and we are going to hide the tiger. Let's say before hunting, the hunter is going to say, think something like, wow, a tiger. I am going some random text. You can add whatever you want. I'm just adding this text and I'm going to wait for 2 seconds, and I'm going to this text will appear for next 2 seconds, and he will wait for 2 seconds, and he will show the tiger, and the tiger got shot will be set to 1. And if the tiger got shot, the tiger will get vanished. So as we do in other places also, since we are using hide, the initial condition should be show. So show block should be at the top, and then we will set it. Once the tiger gets shot, we will hide it. Now since the tiger is gone, there is no animal to hunt this deer. Let's say this forest is having only the tiger as its predator, so he is only going to eat all these deer to keep their population check. So since the tiger has ate the deer, now the deer is going to rise in population, so it will eat out all that grass, and let's assume this will going to change the entire forest to desert. So what we are going to do, we will choose another deer. We will click this block. When green button is clicked, we will again set this. This is just an arbitrary number, just to prevent this program from execution, because anyway the tiger is going to take another 4 or 5 seconds to hunt this deer. So we are just to make pausing this program for some time. So I am just making this deer to wait for some time. After that, what the deer is going to do, it is going to the deer population is going to rise. So what I will just do, I will just clone this deer multiple times. So maybe I will clone it for 3 times. So I will use repeat. Repeat is basically a looping block. So what it is going to do, it is going to do the work that you are going to give inside this block the number of times that you want. So in my case, I want this whatever block inside this to execute 3 times. So this repeat block will help me get the blocks executed 3 times. So I have made 3. I kept it as 3, and after that there is something called clone. Let's say create clone of myself. So this is going to clone this deer, and when cloned, basically when the new deer is a cloned deer, I can simply set its position so that it will be visible in other places, in a random place. What we can do, as we do in the other places, we can simply set this code to, and instead of using this x and y positions manually, we can set a random number. We can say pick a random number between 1 and 10. Instead of 1 and 10, we can say 1 and 100. Let's just give it a try. Same way, 1 and 100. Now after this thing, once the deer gets multiplied, we are going to change the forest to desert. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to use a block which is going to switch the backdrop, which is basically from jungle to desert. So I'll use this backdrop. Maybe I'll use another weight so that it will be kind of realistic. So I'll use this weight block. I'll make this wait for another 4 seconds, and after 4 seconds I am going to switch it to desert. If you don't see the desert here, you can simply click on this icon, choose desert as your backdrop. Now you will get the desert option here. So after that, you can simply set the jungle as your backdrop. Reset the jungle as your backdrop. Now if I run this project, okay, you can notice the tiger didn't go to the initial position. So the tiger's initial position is this one. So as soon as we click on this button, we need to set the tiger's initial position. So we'll again set this get go to x and y as we did with the other animals. Now if I click on it, tiger will go to this position, the deer will say something, it will come to this position. Okay, you can see there are some discrepancy with the whole thing. The backdrop changed automatically. This is because, so as soon as we click in, we need to set the backdrop back to back to jungle. So I'm going to use the switch backdrop to jungle as soon as the tiger is clicked there, and this cloning should not happen. Even you can see we have done a mistake here. So as soon as we click it, we are simply cloning the deer. That is why the problem is happening. So what we need to do, we need to wait for the hunter to hunt the tiger. So we are going to place this wait until block again. Wait until should happen. Move these blocks outside. Delete this block and attach this block. Wait until likewise we will use this equal to operator. Wait until the tiger got shot. Okay, we did one mistake again. Okay, so I need to use wait until. We need to move inside this wait until. We need to move this tiger got shot here. We need to set the value as 1 since we are using 0 and 1 everywhere. And as we do in the other place also, the tiger got shot should be reset to 0. Yeah, this is already got reset to 0 in some other sprites. So whatever you are setting, the value that you are setting is across the sprites, so no issues. Since we have set the tiger got shot as 0, the variable value will be 0 across all the sprites. Now if I run the program now, you can see the deer is going to the tall grass and tiger found the deer, so it is approaching the deer. It ate the deer. Now it went to sleep. Now the hunter appears and he shoots down the tiger, and after that deer got and the whole thing becomes a desert. Even we can hide this hunter after sending the show, so that it will be kind of natural. So we will say the show. Maybe we will ask. We will wait for another 1 second or so. 2 seconds. And define the program again. Tiger goes to sleep. Now the hunter appears, saying something. Waiting. He shot the tiger. Now it disappeared because of tiger's population. Yeah. Yeah. Since after tiger getting shot, we can still make this deer to wait for another few seconds. deer approaches to the tall grass. Deer approaches to the tiger now approaches to the deer. It went to sleep. Now the hunter pops up. He shoots the tiger. It vanished, and after some time we have multiple deers out of control, and because of which the forest becomes the desert.